The fastest player in the history, 30-year history of the WNBA, the fastest player in the history of all of the WNBA's time to reach 600 assists. She did it in just 72 games, guys. Do you think Stephanie White congratulated her on breaking a record? Do you think, but before we get into it, do you think so?
The absolute corporate fabric of professional basketball has officially ruptured at the highest economic level, and the entire multi-billion-dollar sports landscape is currently spinning out of control following the most catastrophic executive leak in WNBA history. Tonight, we are revealing the definitive documented proof of a secret double acquisition masterstroke, engineered behind closed doors by the aggressive billionaire ownership group of the Los Angeles Sparks. For months, the global media believed the West Coast syndicate was only preparing a massive contract for Caitlin Clark. But the ultimate shockwave has now hit the internet. Caitlin Clark reportedly delivered a non-negotiable, classified ultimatum: sign Sophie, or the entire $50 million deal is completely off the table. The Sparks front office did not hesitate for a single second. In a coordinated midnight operation, they allegedly executed a hostile double signing, securing both superstar franchise players in one clean swoop. This unprecedented move has left the Indiana Fever franchise in absolute economic ruins, while head coach Stephanie White has seemingly lost her composure on live television. The comfortable illusion of corporate control has been violently reduced to dust. The league's legal networks are fracturing under immense public scrutiny, and the countdown to the total destruction of the Fever's remaining credibility has officially reached zero. The secret ultimatum was simple: bring Sophie, or I quit. To truly understand why this massive double departure is being portrayed as the ultimate calculated salvation for Caitlin Clark's career, we must first examine the toxic locker room warfare she was allegedly forced to endure inside the Indiana organization. For an entire season, the coaching staff was accused of operating under a dangerous and arrogant protocol of manufactured bench rotations, deliberate late-game isolation, and passive-aggressive press room gaslighting, all allegedly executed to suppress the generational star's market leverage. However, they severely underestimated Clark's strategic brilliance. Behind closed doors, Clark was reportedly building an unbreakable alliance with Sophie, the one player who stood beside her through every administrative betrayal. When the Sparks came calling with an astronomical $50 million blank check, Clark did not simply sign her name. Instead, she looked the West Coast executives in the eye and delivered a brutal, cold-blooded power play. She refused to leave alone.
Be known, this new ownership group is heavily involved in making changes that could have a lasting impact on the team. And this is the ownership group, the Walter Group. They came in and made the big splash for Luka Doncic. They're the ones, they're not bringing back LeBron James. They are ushering in the new faces of the league, and there's no bigger face in women's sports than Caitlin Clark. The Walter Group is looking to get Caitlin Clark locked in LA. They see the malpractice that's going on, and you better believe they're going to be scouring the market for a GM that may have a good relationship with Caitlin Clark or Caitlin Clark's representation, somewhere where they can tie this thing together. This ownership group is looking to make a move. Now, head coach Lynn Roberts spoke about this. She spoke about the important ways. He spoke about Cameron Brink, a bunch of stuff. We're going to get into.
She demanded that Sophie be given immediate premium contract terms so they could escape the toxic Midwest environment together. By pushing the Sparks to execute a dual hostile takeover, Clark allegedly bypassed the Fever's front office obstacles, proving once again that she is a master chess player, both on and off the court. The massive Los Angeles Sparks double acquisition quickly became the center of attention. The moment the confidential financial blueprints of this dual contract deal reportedly moved beyond secure digital channels, an immediate shockwave paralyzed the Indiana front office. Los Angeles leadership did not simply present a standard acquisition package. Instead, they allegedly executed a brilliantly calculated corporate raid designed to exploit the growing administrative fractures within the Fever organization. Backed by massive global venture capital allocations, the Sparks reportedly formulated a dual payroll structure intended to bypass traditional luxury tax limitations through external West Coast technology partnership integrations. This historic double signing has triggered an unmanaged state of absolute hysteria across corporate sports boardrooms, with executives and analysts scrambling to understand the long-term consequences of such an unprecedented move.
Is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that. And that's why, our defense on, when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once across this half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So we've seen both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. It seemed like everybody around the league be recognizing the greatness of Caitlin Clark, except the damn coach that she has. And Lynn Roberts went on to laud about Kate Martin as well, who looks like she might be there long term with the Sparks. Look at this interaction post game between Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Caitlin like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in LA, girl. I miss you, bestie. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to LA for good. Caitlin is ready to get to LA permanently. Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about Kate Money Martin.
Yeah, at this level. But when she is out there, what kind of advantages do you have when she's able to slide up that way?
Primary network sponsors reportedly began freezing their local Midwest marketing budgets almost immediately. They realized that 2 of the biggest television draws in the history of the sport had allegedly engineered a permanent joint departure from Indiana. The hunters have now become the hunted, and a massive corporate reckoning appears to be unfolding with frightening precision. Coach Stephanie White's complete psychological crash, the fallout from this alleged double heist, has now shifted entirely toward head coach Stephanie White, whose professional reputation has reportedly been severely damaged. Across the global digital landscape, the comfortable illusion of absolute executive authority has instantly transformed into a professional nightmare as she faces the reality of being completely outmaneuvered and potentially left empty-handed. According to internal reports allegedly emerging from the Indiana organization, White suffered an emotional meltdown after learning that both of her core franchise pillars had supposedly signed West Coast contracts behind the scenes. Emergency board meetings are reportedly being conducted around the clock, with major stakeholders demanding immediate accountability and answers regarding the organization's future direction. The pressure surrounding the franchise continues to intensify as speculation and public scrutiny reach unprecedented levels.
Restriction off me, guys. That's what Caitlin Clark is thinking. Now let's get to when she actually brings up Caitlin Clark, and she's going to refuse to give her credit and congratulate her on breaking a record.
6 players in double figures. Welcome back, baby. Yeah.
That's all I get, huh? A welcome back. Welcome back. I played 2 days ago. Y'all set me out the day after you played me 15 minutes. What do you mean welcome back? Because I got to play 9 more minutes today? How about congratulations on breaking a record, 600 assists in 72 games, being the fastest player in the history to do it? No? Won't mention that, huh? Okay, let's see.
Collective effort. Welcome back, baby. Yeah. Collective effort. Our energy, our toughness, our ability to withstand runs, big shots, so in that. Hey, but most important thing, y'all, 3 wins out on a road trip. Hey, it's a collective effort every night. A collective effort every night. When we play as connected as we did on both ends of the floor, nobody can stop us. Together.
Now, do y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? Y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? The Stephanie White, oh, Kelsey Mitchell! None of that for Caitlin. None of that. Insane. I don't even think, I don't think you can be this, not smart. I think that
White is reportedly trapped in a state of complete career paralysis. Her remaining locker room has allegedly rejected her authority, her marketing viability appears severely damaged, and high-level investors are openly demanding her immediate removal before the entire franchise faces a fan-led financial boycott. The carefully crafted damage control statements are now being mocked by millions of furious supporters online, while the countdown to a potential administrative overhaul continues to dominate public discussion, with Clark and Sophie Cunningham hypothetically joining forces under the billion-dollar spotlight of the Los Angeles Sparks. The modern landscape of global sports entertainment appears to have reached a point of no return. This is no longer being portrayed as a standard athletic transfer. Instead, it is being framed as a full-scale cultural and economic revolution, one that suggests generational talent will no longer remain constrained by bureaucracy, internal politics, or organizational conflict. By securing this unprecedented double deal on the West Coast, Clark would not only protect her own historic future but could also establish a new blueprint for athlete empowerment across the sports world. The message is clear: superstar athletes now possess more influence than ever before, and the balance of power between players and organizations may be changing forever.
I think this is being done on purpose. I think it's being done on purpose. We got to get to this article here, courtesy of Yahoo Sports. Clark shows discontent over officiating decision after hostile act involving Chelsea Gray. Here it says, with 4:26 left in the second quarter of Sunday's Indiana Fever Las Vegas Aces, Clark took on point guard Chelsea Gray, point grandma, because she's done. She's cooked. Chelsea Gray's done. The lady can't move. She moved like Damiris Dantas. It's over. It ended in another highly debated foul call as Clark tried to defend Gray from making the basket. The two players made contact, and right as the Aces star took the shot, Clark went down, prompting a review from the refs. Clark, down after contact with Chelsea Gray, pops up and is not happy with the foul call. Now play is being reviewed for a hostile act after the whistle, WNBA beat writer Tony East wrote and posting a clip. It says Becky Hammond looked baffled as the officials went to the screen. Hammond even argued her case with the officials, but they looked into the foul regardless. As the officials reviewed the sequence, Clark stayed down, holding her back, and fans feared the worst. However, as she got up, the officials assessed it as a common foul for Clark, and the Fever star immediately protested. She said, "It's not a foul." She said as Stephanie White prevented the situation from getting any worse and guided her to the bench, because Clark don't need to get no more texts. Clark is already on 5 technicals, and the Indiana Fever does not want her suspended for 1 game. Clark's fitness also remains a concern for the Fever after she missed 2 games because of the back injury she picked up June 24th versus the Mercury. Here it says, oftentimes when you're coming back from injury, fatigue is also a factor, and building endurance is also a factor. When you're fatigued, you have a tendency,
leaving her former critics and alleged betrayers to deal with the consequences of their own strategic failures. Will the remaining executive leadership in Indiana voluntarily step down before their billion-dollar brand equity suffers irreversible damage? Or will this historic double departure become the ultimate catalyst for a wider purge of ineffective management across the sports world? One thing is certain: the global community is now watching every corporate decision with intense scrutiny. Every statement, every executive move, and every organizational response will be analyzed under a microscope as this story continues to unfold. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because this multi-million-dollar sports drama has reached its boiling point, and the next major development could change everything forever.